Good morning, family.
Morning. Morning.
We've got to try that again. Good morning, family.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, Segun. I was thinking that I had 9 pages, and then I removed 1 page because 10 minutes, who gets 10 minutes to speak? And then I'm thinking, I'm returning that 1 page because it's not yet 12:10. So thank you, Segun, for that. It is both with honor and a deep sense of responsibility that I stand with you this morning. As I look out at this room, I can feel the warmth and the weight of our community, our shared community. My name is Dr. Tamara Chambers Richards. I'm an educator, an epidemiologist, a leader, an author, a wife, a mother, and most importantly to this context, clearly, I am a Black woman. What is not so clear is that I was born and raised in Jamaica. Therefore, I stand before you within the cloak of multiple intersectionalities and the lived experience of knowing what it means to be strong, because our history demanded it. We are a people renowned for our resilience. It's a word that we wear like a crown, and rightly so. It is magnificent to carry in our blood the genes of resistance and resilience, the genes of overcoming, the strength of our ancestors. But today, I want us to explore the unresolved side of that legacy, the back side of resilience, and why it is not a badge of honor. Because the backside of resilience is hardship. Those heavy experiences that, if left unchecked, can harm and scar us irreparably. As an epidemiologist, I can't help examining resilience through the lens of life course epidemiology. This is the science that ill health is not just determined by big single events, but by the accumulation of tiny daily insults over a lifetime. And when I talk about insults, I'm not talking about somebody telling you something nasty, though it could be too. I'm talking about things that are not small or forgettable. For our community, these are incidents that are destructive and demeaning, such as microaggressions at work or at school. They are the constant vigilance that we must practice to keep our children safe from racial bias. They are the financial pressures, the representation gaps, the knowing that we must work twice as hard to get half as far. For the youth, they are the struggles of fitting into 2 different worlds. That of their parents' ideologies that were harnessed through their upbringing as strong Black citizens, and that of their own survival in the world that they now live, a world where dominant ways of being are not their own. As Blacks, individually, we shake off these insults, these harms. We have to. We are Black. We are resilient. But beneath the surface of resilience is this biological truth. The body, it keeps score. The body remembers what the mind buries, ignores, or tries to forget. Think of each one of these insults, these crushing experiences as a tiny stone, and how we, in our resilience, must carry them. We are taught to carry them at an early age, sometimes alone. Don't you cry, boy. I'll give you something to cry for, girl.
Don't we know that?
One by one, these tiny stones, they fill our pockets, they fill our bags, they fill our hearts. Yet, we adjust our postures, we keep walking, we smile, we bury the pain, we call it strength. But this strength wears down our biological systems. It dysregulates our cortisol, it increases our blood pressure, it reduces our immune response, it weakens our immune response. And critically, for our elders and even our future selves, this relentless weathering of stress is a significant risk factor for neurological conditions such as dementia, including Alzheimer's disease. The mental trauma and stress of racism and systemic inequality are not just social issues. For the Black community, they are public health crises that manifest in our very strong minds. And I know this, not just as a scientist, but as a patient. My own lifetime of enduring bullying from the schoolyard, your red light mulatto dog, black is beauty, red is corruption, to the boardroom, questioning your very existence, your skills, your competence, your expertise. This lifetime of bullying taught my body to be in a constant state of defense. And my very resilience became my cage. And my body eventually sent me a bill that could no longer be ignored. My body quite literally began to attack itself. You heard that right? My body became a battlefield. The anxiety of sudden onset and uncontrolled Graves' disease shouted, screamed what my resilient mind refused to say out loud. I am not safe. I am under threat. My resilience had run out. I had to learn a new way of being strong. I had to learn to say no, more quiet bearing of this harm. I had to reframe my resilience, to learn that standing up for myself was not defiance, it was not ungodly, but a non-negotiable prescription for my health as a strong Black woman. So, if burnout is the face of constant resilience and chronic disease is the potential outcome, what is the solution? How do we carry the necessary stones without being crushed by them? I will tell you, it requires a new definition of resilience. We've been taught that the face of resilience is bounce back ability. Have you heard that? Bounce back ability. The ability to endure and survive pain. But I would like to introduce you to the backside of resilience, which, with the right resources, the help, the acknowledgement of that pain, the backside of resilience is the capacity to process and discharge, not keep stress within, but to discharge stress through pain, not in pain, but through pain, and to be reshaped by it. You see, the face of resilience, it's fixed, it's unbending, it's tough in the face of hardship, it has very little give, but the pain remains constant. Each time it stretches, it bounces back, and the pain remains constant. That is the face of resilience. You keep going, right here is a major artery. This cuts off blood supply. This very resilience that we're taught to own, to carry. Gotta take it off because that pain becomes unbearable. But the backside of resilience, it doesn't minimize our pain. It provides the support that we need to work through that pain. It is flexible. It is not fixed. This backside of resilience provides the opportunity to reshape our pain, to be creative, to be innovative. The backside of resilience teaches us that hardship doesn't make us unbending and strong without the ability to be resilient, to be flexible, to grow, to learn, to create, to innovate, to change, to be your best self. That is the backside of resilience. Not sitting in pain, but working through pain. Now that you got the point, I must leave you with 3 big stones for maintaining a mind that values both the face and the backside of resilience. pun intended. The first stone, the huge stone, is we need to name it to tame it. We must give ourselves permission to acknowledge the stones. That comment at work, it was racist. That fear for your son is valid. By naming these experiences, we move from a vague, overwhelming feeling in our bodies to something that we can identify and process. Write it down. Say it to a trusted friend. You are not complaining. You are conducting a personal health audit. Your experience is real. It is not a trick of the mind. And the second stone is to create rituals of release. Resilience isn't about not carrying stress, don't get me wrong. It's about putting it down. We must build daily practices that signal safety to our nervous system. For me, it's prayer and uplifting others through my stories, shared on social media, and through my book of gratitude, Highest Grace Chronicles. For you, it might be 5 minutes of deep breathing, a walk in nature, dancing in your kitchen to your favorite song, or calling your grandmother, that strong Black woman. It's a conscious, deliberate act of telling your body, in this moment, we are safe. The threat has passed. And the third stone that you must carry is building your boundary muscle. Folks, saying no, it's a complete sentence. No. That's it. It stands alone. No explanations. No is a complete sentence. And it's advocating. Building your boundary muscles is advocating for that complete sentence. It's shouting, no more injustice. No more inequality. No more inequity. No more hiding away from tapping into the service that's needed for my strength and my mental health. It's also saying that mental health services need to see color. It needs to understand that my diverse experiences are lived. They cannot simply be ignored or medicated away. It has to be acknowledged. It has to be worked through. The backside of resilience requires acknowledging the hardships that I have endured while being Black. This unique feature must be included in treatment plans for our community. The reason that this consultation is so vital is because it's moving us from assumption to understanding. It's about creating systems that stop throwing stones. We need services and providers to understand this biological burden so they can help us to carry it. And to provide clarity, we need more of us in those rooms. And we need all providers to understand the life course of their patients. Friends, as strong, resilient Black people in community, we need to understand the life course of our lived experiences on our own well-being. And we must take action today. Finally, I want us to commit to changing the narrative together. We're not just strong, we're together, we're a community. We don't just see the face of resilience, we enjoy its backside. That of being ourselves, of being strong, of standing tall, of being proud of your history. We can honor the resilience of our ancestors, of our community, not by burning ourselves out, but by building a holistic, resilient future where we stand together, advocate for one another, and where our inextricably linked mental and physical health are not the price we pay for Black survival. For you see, resilience has both a face and a backside. Thank you.